Okay, so you're going to be meeting the parents for the first time, huh? Big step. Kind of nerve-wracking, right? Everyone wants to make a good first impression.
Oh, absolutely. It's like high stakes gift giving to the max.
And that's what we're diving into today. We've got these two sources, super interesting takes on how to pick the perfect gift, especially when it's for the in-laws.
Because, I mean, you're not just giving a present, right?
Yeah.
It's about so much more than that.
It's a whole message you're sending. Hey, I'm thoughtful. I'm a good catch. Please like me.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, this advice actually applies to like any gift giving situation. We're
Yeah.
talking building relationships through good presents.
Right. It's strategic gifting, basically.
So, first up, we're looking at this source concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the why behind a gift, why it matters, you
Yeah.
know? And one thing they emphasize is you can't just do the generic one size fits all thing.
Oh, no, no, no. That's a recipe for disaster. They even say, like, imagine showing up with a bonsai tree only to find out they're allergic to everything. Talk about awkward. Oh, totally. And that's where the whole knowing your audience thing comes in. Like, what do they actually like? What are their hobbies, their interests, even their pet peeves?
Exactly. Concept actually suggests having a little chat with your partner beforehand, just casually picking their brain about their parents' preferences, like, oh, what's your mom really into these days?
Mm.
Subtle, but effective.
See, I wish I'd known about this detective work years ago. I once tried to impress a friend's parents with this, like, huge, brightly colored vase, thought it was super chic.
Oh.
Turns out their entire house was minimalist. White walls, everything. It's like dropping a rainbow onto a chessboard. Totally clashed.
Oh, I can just picture it. Yeah, sometimes those well-intentioned gifts, they don't always land the way we hope, do they?
Ouch, yeah. I'm starting to think my guilt-giving past is more like a cautionary tale than, a Pinterest board.
Well, that's why we're here, learning from those learning experiences. And that's where our second source comes in, list of ideas.
Okay, lay it on me. What kind of ideas are we talking about?
So they have a bunch of specific suggestions, but what I really like is they explain why each one works. Like, they don't just say, get a scented candle, they tell you what message it sends.
Ooh, I like that. Give me the good stuff. What's topping their list?
All right, this one's a classic for a reason, the gourmet food basket.
Okay, but those can be kind of generic, right? Like, what makes this one special?
That's the thing. List of ideas says, tailor it to their tastes. Don't just grab the first one you see. Think about what they actually enjoy. Like, do they love craft beer? Okay, how about a basket with local brews? Maybe some fancy pretzels, those artisanal snacks.
Oh, I see. So it's about showing you put some thought into it. It's not just like a last minute thing you grabbed at the store.
Exactly. Or say they're more into healthy stuff. You could do organic teas, dried fruits, maybe some of those roasted chickpeas everyone's obsessed with these days.
Ooh, see, now you're speaking my language. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. It's not just about the food, it's about the gesture, right? Like, I thought about what you'd like.
Yes. And it can spark conversations too. Everyone's trying things, sharing their favorites. It's creating a little moment.
Okay, that's good. I like it. All right, what else they got?
All right, this one, at first I was like, really? But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. They suggest a potted plant or a succulent, something like that.
Okay, I gotta be honest. That sounds a little, I don't know, safe. Like, is that really gonna make a statement?
So hear them out. It's not just about the plant itself. It's symbolic, growth,
Yeah.
something new and vibrant entering their lives.
Okay. I kind of get it. Plus, succulents, those are hard to kill, right? Even for someone who doesn't exactly have a green thumb, asking for a friend.
Exactly. Low maintenance, but still thoughtful.
Hmm.
And it shows you care about their space, making it more homey.
All right, I'm convinced. That's actually pretty clever. Okay, so what about for like the really tough crowd? Say your partner's family is all about game night, very competitive. How do you impress those in-laws?
Oh, list of ideas had a good one for that. They said a board game or a puzzle, something you can all do together.
So we're talking like a rousing game of Monopoly that ends in tears and accusations.
Maybe not that competitive, but the idea is it shows you value family time, togetherness, which, when you think about it, is a great message to send when you're first meeting the family.
Subtle, right? Like, hey, I'm down with family bonding, no problem. I like it. And it gives everyone something to focus on besides the whole awkward getting to know you thing.
Right. It's like a built-in icebreaker. Everyone can relax a little.
Hmm.
But list of ideas doesn't stop at physical gifts. They say, think outside the box, go beyond the tangible.
Ooh, now we're getting really interesting. Hit me with those next level ideas. What's their suggestion? It's like list of ideas knows we're capable of more than just like a gift card, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
They're all about taking it to that next level, thinking about experiences,
Yeah.
shared passions. They even mention like charitable donations.
Okay, now that's interesting. Tell me more about that. How does that work?
So, say, for example, you know from your partner that their parents are really into art, right? Big museum goers. Instead of trying to pick out a piece of art they might like, what about a membership to your favorite museum?
Ooh, I like that. Because then it's not just a thing, it's an experience. And
Mm.
it shows you're paying attention to their interests.
Exactly. Or like maybe tickets to a big exhibition they've been wanting to see. Something like that.
It's like saying, I get you, without, being cheesy about it.
Right. And then there's the charitable donation idea. So if you know they're passionate about a certain cause, you could make a donation in their name.
See, that's really thoughtful, because it's not about you at all then. It's about something they care about.
And it shows you share their values, right? Which, when you're first meeting the family, that can mean a lot.
It's like, hey, we're on the same team here. I like it.
Yeah.
Going through all this, it really drives home the point that the best gifts, they're not about being like the most expensive or flashy.
Yeah, not at all.
It's about that moment when they realize, like, oh, they really get me, Like, you listened, you put in the effort.
And that feeling, that connection, that's what makes a gift truly memorable.
It's like Concept was saying, it's about building those relationships. And honestly, that applies to any gift, not just for in-laws.
100%. Whether it's your best friend, your neighbor, whoever,
Yeah.
it's showing you care enough to put in that thought.
So I guess the takeaway here is don't stress too much about finding the perfect thing. It's more about the thought behind it. Finding something that shows you see them.
Absolutely. And hey, if you're really stuck, there's always the gourmet food basket.
Truth. You can never go wrong with a little bit of deliciousness. Well, this has been great. I feel way more prepared for this whole meeting the parents thing now.
Anytime. You got this.